Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zoom In Show. My name is Ndoa Ndumbabekima. Today, we are so honored to have Shiri Achu. Shiri, thank you for stopping by our studios.
Thank you for having me.
Shiri is a painter and artist. Are you a painter?
Yes, I'm a painter.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell our viewers, how did you get into painting? Because in our community, we have just very few professions, as you know, that our parents usually allow. Doctor, lawyer, engineer,
Right.
and usually
Right.
a painter is not one of
Yes.
them. So how did you get into painting?
Okay. When my parents moved us, we immigrated to London when I was 9 years old, and I felt it was something that I had to do. Actually, my brother tells me that I found the tools in the house. I found the paintbrush, and then I was able to actually get material like the paper and the brushes, and I started painting. It was something that I felt that I wanted to do and I needed to do. So I started painting. I would put vases, and I'd look at still life. I would just enjoy just drawing, and I then moved on to painting. My mother was very supportive because she actually brought in tutors who would teach me how to do perspectives and shading. So it was wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk to a kid, the 10-year-old that wants to be a painter. What are you going to tell them? Do they have to take any special courses? What do they have to do to prepare?
I think first you just have to just keep enjoying and keep having the passion for it. Keep building on your passion. What is it that you want to do? And keep working on the medium, whether it's charcoal, whether it's paint. You just have to, as much as, just keep building up your love and your passion. And once you have that, when you're later on doing paintings and stuff, you will not even think you're working. You're thinking you're doing fun, and then you'll obviously, hopefully, be selling your art as well.
Okay.
So that's what I'd say. I would say to encourage just the love for it.
Okay, thank you. So inquiring minds would like to know, are you able to make a living as a painter?
It is very tough. Artists, for some reason, though we shouldn't be, always struggle. And I'm not going to say that I'm not one of those.
Okay.
But luckily, I went to architectural school, and I also, I did architecture. So somehow I can bring that into my world. But being a full-time artist, it can get very hard. But with more exposure and people buying, now I do art prints. If people buy my art prints, I have been able to survive. Though it's been tough for a while. So it depends on how you market it. It depends on your audience. It depends on a lot of things, how you exhibit, because if you have the right people and the right setup, you can live on it. But you will struggle a little bit, but you know that you're doing what you absolutely love doing.
So you encourage people who want to come up to have another profession.
Yes.
Initially until they become
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes.
So your sister,
Yes.
Naomi Achu,
Yes.
is a musician. She's an artist.
Yes.
So it runs in the family. You guys are a very talented family.
Thank you.
How do you raise talented kids? Do you have any tips for moms out there, parents?
I think you have to let them be what they will want to be. And they will rebel, because I think I rebelled a little bit, and I pushed what I wanted to do. My sister also rebelled. She had to push through. I'd say I want to be a singer, and I pushed through. So you have to be a little bit rebellious, and you have to take that from the child. That because it's a passion, it's something that they cannot live without. That you just have to let it be, and the child has to also have enough strength to be able to push through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about your inspiration. Where do you draw your inspiration for your paintings?
Typically, it's Africa, because when I moved to London, I know that people were not understanding my culture, and I did not like the fact that I understood everything that they were all about, because I was living there. And my mom would plait my hair with thread, or I'd wear certain clothes, and people would always ask me, "But what is that? And what do you do? And in fact, I was bullied. I was bullied in school because they didn't quite understand, and they would laugh at me. But I never felt it was I never felt bad about it. I was always fine. I always say, well, you guys don't know, it's okay.
So what can we expect in the coming years for Shiri Achu? What can we expect? Are there any projects you're working on? Any in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself there?
In the next 5 years, I hopefully should have traveled to 5 other countries, because what I do is I travel from annually. I go to a different country exhibiting my paintings. So I went to, like, I've been to London. I did the first one in London, then I did Washington DC, then I did Australia, then I've done Jamaica, and Toronto was the latest one. This year is my 10th anniversary. So I'm having a major exhibition here in DC, and I think also in London, and I'm also hoping in Cameroon. So that will be this year's exhibition. It's my major one. And then next year again, I'll go annually, where I'll do an exhibition every year. And I'm thinking it could be Tokyo, but it's not quite confirmed yet.
I'm so happy you said that, because I have the 2019 Shiri Achu Art 10th anniversary calendar.
Yes.
So this is awesome. So where can viewers find this calendar? On your website?
On my website.
Okay. Yes. And how much is the calendar?
It's $25 on the website, but there's a promotional link which takes it down to $20.
So why did you want to do a calendar? Tell us about this concept. Why did you want to do a calendar?
I thought it was a good way to showcase my artwork, as well as having people. Well, for me, it's a major year for me. So I wanted to be able to showcase my art so people can hang it up and, and also just keep a record of the year. So for me, it's a personal thing, but I know that everyone needs a calendar. So why not make it?
Wow.
A calendar?
Yeah. I see the Ghanaian Adinkra symbol. That's awesome.
Yes.
This is a must. This calendar, guys, is a must have for everybody. It's a wonderful gift. You can give it to everybody. Everybody needs to have one, because I think this is it, the 10th anniversary calendar. This is awesome. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have more of Shiri Achu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thanks again once more for joining us on this edition of the Zoom In Show. Today, our guest is Shiri Achu, a painter. And we are so lucky. We have exclusive Shiri's latest painting, the painting of Erykah Badu. Shiri, tell us about this painting. Why did you want to paint Erykah Badu?
Well, I love Erykah Badu's creativity. And then I recently discovered that she was from Bamenda, and of course, I'm very proud to be Bamenda. So I did this painting, which I replaced the headscarf. I made it Bamenda material. And she actually owns the original piece. So, and print, well, you can now buy the prints from my website. So, yeah, I'm very inspired by her creativity and her boldness. And the fact that she, she's traced her hereditary to Cameroon, and she's very proud of that. I decided to do this for her.
Wow, that's awesome. It's such a beautiful painting. I'm definitely going to get one. This is a wonderful time, guys, to get Shiri's paintings while they're still affordable. Because I've seen a lot of star power of late. When they become so expensive, it might be a wonderful investment, because at that time we might be able to sell it on eBay and make some. But thank you so much. Okay, so Shiri, tell us about this gift set that can be ordered from your website. People can actually place an order. Tell us about the gift set.
Right. The gift set comes in a nice box, will be wrapped, and you can choose between these coasters. These are Adinkra symbols, of which the symbols mean something, and this one, for example, means it's a symbol of endurance. And this symbol is also another Adinkra symbol, which is a sack of kola nuts, which is the Adinkra symbol of affluence, power, abundance, plenty, togetherness, and unity. So you choose between these two coasters, and then you choose also whether you want a smaller frame or a larger frame. This one is Minna Tradition, and then you have here Maasai Grace, and then you have here Distant Butterfly. So you get to choose which paintings you want and which coasters you want, and then it comes in this gift set.
Okay, yeah. So all of this, so people can go to your website and you can
Yep.
see information for the website on your screen,
Yep.
and order a whole set of gifts. It's wonderful.
You can buy it for yourself, or for birthdays.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And guys, this is a tip. This is a zoom in tip. This is a wonderful time to purchase Shiri's art while they're still affordable. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Shiri, tell us about this portrait.
Okay, this painting is titled Rose because this was a beautiful pregnant woman who was pregnant, and I felt I just needed to capture her beauty, her elegance, how proud she was of her carrying her baby, and the baby is now born, and that's why I called this painting Rose.
Tell us about the cloth that you used in the painting.
So this cloth is from the northwest region of Cameroon. It's royalty cloth, and I'm in love with this fabric as much as most Cameroonians are, and I just wanted to show that this lady is actually from the northwest region as well. So I wanted to embody it.
Okay. How about this painting? What's the name of this painting?
This is Colors of the Musical Sounds 2. So we were given a concept to paint towards. We had to. They said that we had to represent sound. So I obviously went with a piece that is a dancing scene, so you can actually hear the music in the dancing. So that's basically it. I like to paint, capture movements and dancing and the vibrancy of life. So that's why I did this piece, and yeah, it was based on a concept that I was given actually for this piece.
Was it a competition or?
It was an exhibition in Cameroon. So I then took the piece with me. In fact, I'll tell you a little story about this. I finished it; it was still wet, and I had to take it with me. I just waited for the flight and then flew the very same day to Cameroon for the exhibition. Yeah, so it was good. Interesting.
So here you have it. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Zoom In. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip. This is the time to purchase Shiri Achu's art while it's still affordable. Thank you, and until next time on the Zoom In show.